Hello, and welcome to AISD-TV News for the week of October 4th. I'm Haley Weir. The first bit of news, let's welcome Tammy Ho to our news crew.
Thanks, Haley. I'm really excited, but I'm a little nervous. I'm ready, though.
Well, good, because you have the first story.
Okay. Last week marked the 39th annual Dean Corey Marching Extravaganza event, which was held at Cravens Field over at Lamar High School. All 6 high school marching bands performed in front of judges who gave important comments to their performance, which will help make each band's performance at UIL next week better. We had a chance to talk with Dr. Christopher Anderson, Director of Fine Arts for Arlington ISD, about this annual event.
This is an opportunity for our bands to come together and to do their halftime shows back to back, for us to be able to see all the bands. I mean, on any given Friday night or Thursday night, you can see a great pair of bands, but here you get to see all 6 of the high schools right back to back. It's really important for the bands to have an opportunity to sort of reproduce that contest environment, and for our parents to get a chance to really enjoy those bands, and so it's good for everybody. Specifically, the music program was recently recognized again, and has been for almost 20 years now, as being one of the top 4% of districts in the entire nation for fine arts. That has to do with the fact that our kids get experience in the fine arts from the minute they walk in the door. So, we have structured fine arts programs from K through 12, and those pre-K kids even get to experiences in the fine arts in their classes too. But it allows for students to see all different types of arts, and includes the visual arts, and they get to sort of find their space, find their niche for what they want to do, and every child in the district has that opportunity, and that's rare. People don't realize that. In Texas, we get really used to this because we see arts all over the place. It's an important thing in Texas, and there's lots of schools that provide a lot of things, but nationally, it's very important to understand that we are the very, very cream of the crop in terms of all of those experiences our kids have.
Since we just wrapped up our first full month of the school year, Dr. Cavazos made it official by surprising our employees of the month for September. He started in our early childhood department, where he honored Dr. Hilda Lisa Diaz as Department Employee of the Month. Dr. C then stopped at Thornton Elementary, where Johnny Simone was teaching his class, and found out he was the Elementary Teacher of the Month. Up next was Carter Junior High, where Dr. C caught up with Coach William McAllister on his way to athletics. He finished up his tour at Bowie High School, where art teacher Elizabeth Feeler got an early morning surprise from Dr. C.
The Dan Dybert Career and Technical Center had a couple of elected officials visit the campus. Mayor Jim Ross was able to visit several classes and talk with some of the students, like here with welding students, and then the Fire Academy students were practicing their ladder skills. Mayor Ross let the health and science student take a stab at his vein during the phlebotomy class. Mayor Ross had this to say.
Almost embarrassed to say that I should have known more about the stuff that is available through AISD and what's going on in our community like this. What I've learned today is we have some of the most spectacular kids in some of the most spectacular programs being taught by some of the most spectacular teachers on the face of the earth. To the Career Technical Center, and you see everything that's going on, from the police and fire academies to the mechanics, to the culinary skills, to the phlebotomist. They just sat down and drew blood from the mayor, and it was painless and successful. And that's amazing to see high school kids doing those type of things. It just blows my mind, and it makes me so stinking proud to be mayor.
Then Congressman Jake Slizey, who represents Texas's 6th congressional district, visited the center Monday morning. We had a chance to catch up with Dr. Cavazos and the congressman.
Well, this is a fantastic center. It's a fantastic opportunity that the students of Arlington have to learn skills that we're going to prepare them for a good life, and whether they go into some of the trades that they're learning about here, be it culinary or cosmetology or welding, any number of these things, they'll be a better rounded person, but also it'll give them an opportunity for those who don't always want to go to college to go find a trade right after high school. And if it's one thing that we know that this country needs, it's young people to participate in trades, working on vehicles, welding, cooking. So I got a haircut today, I got my blood drawn, and I got to to sample some cakes. So this is a remarkable opportunity for me to see how well Arlington is doing on their educational opportunities for students of all kinds. And I applaud the Arlington School District, the school board, and the faculty here and the administrators for the work that they've done to provide extremely good life experiences opportunities for their students.
Is it always this busy on the newscasts?
It just depends if Spence and Anthony remember everything that's happened in the past couple weeks. It certainly was busy at Ashworth Elementary recently as the school celebrated with its annual Pinwheels for Peace event. The school decorated its front with pinwheels made by students. The Seguin High School Drumline and Starlines performed. There were also members of the area law enforcement there for students. Art teacher Karen Piverall talked about what the event means to the school.
And it is International Peace Day, September 21st, and we have been celebrating it with Pinwheels for Peace. It's Ashworth's 12th year to do Pinwheels for Peace, and it's always such a great celebration. We love that our kids have learned that they can make a difference in the world with their art. I would also like to thank the Seguin Key Club who came over at 6 a.m. to put the pinwheels in the ground for us. We really appreciate everybody's attendance.
Thanks to Burlington for its support of Sherrod Elementary. Burlington opened a new store in North Arlington and adopted the Sherrod teaching staff as part of its opening. The company donated $5,000 to Sherrod for the staff to use. Sherrod principal Clarita Thompson talked about the plans for the money.
I'm going to try to say what it means to me without getting too emotional. It means a great opportunity for our amazing teachers at Sherrod to have the opportunity to have that money. It's going to be divided evenly among all of our teachers at Sherrod so that our teachers are able to purchase classroom resources for our scholars. So when you say what this means the world. It's such a huge blessing, and we're so appreciative of the partnership between Burlington and Adopt a Classroom.
We know everything's bigger in Texas, and now, when it comes to mums, there's nothing bigger than the one created by the Special Education Department to honor Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The department's mum was certified by the Guinness Book of World Records as the largest homecoming mum. The mum, which is more than 20 feet long from top to bottom if you were wearing it, is on display at the downtown Arlington Public Library this month. We stopped by the library to speak with SpEd instructional specialist Sherry Hall about the Mammoth Mum.
So this is our 7th year in the Special Education Department to mark the month of October breast cancer awareness with some kind of event. Breast cancer is a disease that has affected our department very personally many times. We wanted to do something to raise awareness and give some hope and have some fun too. Record previously was 6.5 square meters. Ours came in at just a little over 11 square meters. The base of the mum is 6 feet in diameter, and then the whole thing is about 22 feet long with the streamers attached. So we built this in the garage in the driveway at my mom's house in North Arlington, and we spent, I think, 3 different Saturday mornings constructing it. We wanted to create this to bring some hope and joy and awareness about breast cancer and urge everyone to please get tested and do your part to fight this disease.
If that wasn't enough, we still have sports.
And now we're off to another new team member, Cami Pratt.
Hey there, I'm Cami Pratt, and we're going to start off with some football highlights from the high-scoring game between Lamar and Bowie over at Wildman Field. We start off with Lamar quarterback Jaden Morris connecting to Brandon Bias for this 36-yard pass play, setting up for a quarterback keeper where Morris scored the first of 16 touchdowns that would be scored tonight by both teams. The Volunteers responded with this D'Angelo Ponder completion to Jerry Chantha-Langsey. The Vikings then followed up with this Morris to Jalen McCoy 67-yard touchdown pass to make it 14-7 in the first quarter. By the half, it was 41-14 Lamar. That proved to be too big of a hole for Bowie to climb out of, as Lamar wins its first game of the season 62-49. Elsewhere across the district, the Arlington Colts fall to Grand Prairie 34-20. In a battle of warriors, Martin smashes South Grand Prairie with a 56-20 win. Sam Houston and Seguin both had byes. In the 8th 6A standings, Martin and Grand Prairie are alone at 2-0 in district, followed by Lamar, SGP, Sam Houston, Bowie, and Arlington. In District 5-5A, Seguin sits in the pack of teams with 1 win and 1 loss in the standings. This week, Martin travels to Lamar, Sam Houston travels to Choctaw Field to play Arlington, and Seguin travels to Everman. Bowie has its bye week. That wraps up our sports segment. I'm Cami Pratt, and I hope to see you in the stands.
Thanks, Cami. Well, Tammy, we've got this Friday off and next Monday off. What do you plan on doing with your 4-day weekend?
Sleep in.
I'm so glad we're on the same page. For AISD-TV News, I'm Haley Weir, Cami Pratt.
And I'm Tammy Ho. Have a great week and have a great long weekend.